Hello and welcome back. This is Sherry with Heart and Soulful, back in the studio with my finished swirl stencil. So if you're just joining me for the very first time, welcome. I hope if you enjoy this video, you'll give me a thumbs up, click on subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. And if you'd like a notification when I do post something new, click on the little bell. So this is episode 3 of my stencil making 2.0. If you have not watched the previous videos, you'll want to go back and watch those, because in 2.0, I'm not repeating, covering things I already have. So you really need to watch those in order, especially the first one, because I'm showing you how to clean up some of these stencils that you create in other pixel-based programs, and then transfer them into your Cricut design space to have your Cricut Maker cut them, or whatever cutting machine that you have. So go back and watch those. There's a link down below for the previous series 101, which was all about using Cricut design space and doing some hand cutting ideas for stencils if you don't have a cutting machine. But it was really the basics and covered mostly repeating pattern style stencils. And then in this 2.0 series that I'm doing, I'm going to be using different software. And I've started out the first video and then this one just using my word processor on my computer. So I had started this swirl design in the last video, and so I wanted to show it to you all cut out. And the fun thing is now I also have all these little swirly masks that I can also use on the gel plate. So I just printed out a couple of gel prints using the stencil design. So kind of a almost monochromatic metallic with a, real subtle design, just using different metallics. And then this one I used just what was left on the plate, but then I also used some of these color shift paints that also have this metallic finish that I used. And I may have even, I can't remember now, I may have even used some of my iridescent medium in that also. So just a couple of prints so you can see what the stencil looked like. So I'm going to go over to the computer and I'll show you how I finished it up. Okay, so I'm back with my completed design, and I need to, each of these shapes is individual at this point. So I'm going to select Command A to select all of my shapes, and then I'm going to go to Arrange, or you can go to Format, and I'm going to unite those. So now they are one design. And now I can save them and export them. So again, I'm going to do the same thing that I did the other day, and I'll just show you, except for I won't go on and do the iPad part just for time, but I'll explain as I go. So I'm going to go to File, and first I want to save my design, and I had already given it the name WP for word processor Swirls 1, and now I want to File, Export to PDF, and that's going to remain the same. I'm going to go ahead and, just because my extensions don't show up always, it's faster for me to find it if I do that. Okay, so then I can get out of this, and I'm going to go to my Swirls PDF, and I don't need the second page. And I want to go to File, Export, and this one I'm going to change. I want to export this one as a PNG because that's what I need to upload, and save. And then I'm going to go to that PNG, the Swirls PNG file, and I'm going to airdrop that to my iPad. And I'll tell you as I do these steps, but you won't be able to see them. So I'm airdropping to my iPad because that is where I have my capture, Adobe Capture, that I like to use. So this will be so quick. I'm clicking on the capture. Okay, I'm in Adobe Capture, and I'm going to go to import image from the camera roll, and I'm grabbing that. I'm going to hit the magic wand, click on shapes and check mark. I'm going to click on smooth and turn smooth on, and that's literally how fast it did it. I'm going to save that, give it my name, WP Swirls 1, save. And then I'm going to airdrop that I'm going to export it as an SVG, and I'm sending it back to my computer, and here it comes. That's how fast that was. And it takes, you know, just a minute. And then I'm going to drag that to my desktop. I can finish these out, and I'm going to go to my Cricut. Okay, so now I'm in my Cricut Maker, and I'm just on a brand new canvas, and I'm going to click on upload image, and click on browse, and then I'm going to find my Swirls, the SVG file, open. And I tried this earlier, so I want to show this the way that it turned out. You'll notice that it looks like all of this is black and only some of my swirls show. I did a test before recording this video, and don't let this throw you off, because I did it multiple times thinking something had went wrong. But if I would have just continued, you're going to see what happens. I'm going to go ahead and click on upload, and it shows it that way. I'm going to go ahead and click on it and add it to my canvas, and you'll see it actually, for some reason, it's duplicated here. I don't know why, but I'm not going to worry too much about that. I'm going to make it the size that I want. I want it an 8 by 10. So I unlocked my lock, and then I'm going to lock it back. And I have 2 over here. I'm going to get rid of 1. I don't know why that happened. I think it was because I did this multiple times thinking I had done something wrong. So when you see that and your SVG looks like a solid black, just that whole blob, go ahead and try it, because I've had that happen before. And if I just go ahead and load it and look at it on my canvas, it's correct. And then I just went ahead, because this one is the type of stencil where each shape is connected to each other, I don't need to do a frame around it, because what this is going to remove are the blank spots, and it's going to leave behind the black part. And I've made reference to this earlier. It's just kind of a reverse. It's almost like this is a mask and not a stencil, but it works like a stencil. So I don't need to do this. I could just go ahead and go to make it, and you see it's going to cut it out just fine. It's just not going to have the rectangular frame around it, which I don't need because of the way this one works. So I'm not going to cut this out, because obviously I already did, and I did my samples for you. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm glad this one was a little shorter, but I just wanted to share how I created the swirl design. So play around with your word processor and see what you come up with. Have a great rest of your day. Now go make something. Bye.